Colder weather is here, and the need to help the homeless is greater than ever.
And here to tell us how we can make a difference in the sponsored interview is Chris Crosswhite, the executive director of the Rescue Mission of Salt Lake, and Curtis Ray, a former homeless person who has lived outside during Utah winters. And last night was a cold one, and we know some of our homeless population spent the night in the cold. Tell us your story.
Well, it's my first winter in Utah was spent up in Memory Grove, up by the Capitol, and it was miserable. It's cold. You had to make sure your tent or your camp was hidden away so that people wouldn't bother you, and it's not a good feeling, you know. You can't do anything to get warm. It's hard to sleep, so you don't get any sleep. And then when you don't get sleep, you suffer all the problems that comes with that. And all the stuff that you use, cardboard, plastic, to try to keep you warm while you're on the ground, it doesn't work. And on top of that, if you're not clean, if you haven't showered in days, there's a thing about being cold and dirty, and it makes the whole thing unbearable.
Thank you so much for being here and for sharing all of this with us. It's so important for those of us who can't imagine it to get a sense of what it might be like to be in your shoes. The physical effects, the body is shivering to try to create that heat, slurred speech, mumbling, organs start to fail. What has your journey been since last winter? Because this has a happy ending.
Well, it's been ongoing for many years. When I would travel around, I would try to go to places that were warm. And there's two places that a lot of the people go to in the country, and you can see it, is California and Florida, Miami, because it's warm in the wintertime there. If you're going to be in an area where it's going to be cold, you start preparing early in the summertime, finding out, you know, about the shelters, where the help is, and just getting ready for the incoming winter to come.
Chris, this is where the Rescue Mission of Salt Lake steps in, and we do have a good story. Curtis now works there and helps out. Describe what it's like when someone like Curtis comes in, and how do you help?
Yeah, one of the first things that we try to do is to build trust and relationship, because our homeless and hurting friends have been hurt so much. Sometimes their default perspective is to hurt somebody before somebody else hurts them first. So we want to try to build relationship with them and offer care and compassion and hope, so they have a desire to change their life. One of the things Curtis is such a phenomenal person. We actually put him in charge of an area of the rescue mission which was our dorm and sorting clothing, and that was phenomenally meaningful to Curtis, was being in charge of an area of the rescue mission, and that gave him the dignity and the hope to continue to try to change his life.
Chris, I want to stop for a second, because I asked during the break why sometimes the homeless population does not want to receive help. And you mentioned hurt people hurt people. And your experience, Curtis, is when you go to a shelter, sometimes the population there, not the staff, hurt people.
Yes, it's the homeless prey on the other homeless, and the weak homeless. So I mean, there's definitely this thing where people prey on them, and it makes it so miserable for them that they don't want to go there.
You'd rather stay out in the cold?
You'd rather stay out in the cold, where you're not going to get in trouble, yelled at, where you're not going to be bothered, you know. And that's why a lot of them hide away in the canyons, in the tree lines, because they don't want to be bothered.
Curtis, what was it like when you chose to walk into the Salt Lake City mission? What was that decision, and what happened from there?
Yeah.
Well, that's a really long story, but in short, when the hospital called there to see if there was a spot for me, and when I got there, everything changed. You know, it was a nice environment. You could just feel that people there care, and it was I felt that only in a few other places that I've been to, and so that's what we try to do now. You know, the homeless are incredible people, and if we treat them, they come if we treat them with respect and dignity, and that's great.
Chris, that says a lot.
It does, and Curtis, and part of his responsibilities at the Rescue Mission of Salt Lake is he meets with our homeless friends when they walk in the door. So it's one person who's been there, done that, same experiences, having a personal conversation with a person who's actively living on the street. So there's an automatic camaraderie and bond and understanding and the ability to speak to a person. We honestly need people's help. We're privately funded. The only way we've been able to help Curtis off the streets and other people off the streets is if the community partners with us and supports the rescue mission.
And we have a list right there on our screen. All the items that we need: winter coats, hats, gloves, personal hygiene, everything to survive. Those basic needs you can drop off at that address you see there on your screen. We are so lucky to have you, Curtis. Thank you for sharing your story. And Chris, thank goodness for the Rescue Mission of Salt Lake. And thank you again to the Rescue Mission of Salt Lake for the sponsored interview. We'll be right back.